What's up, everybody, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl, Drea, back with a brand new video for you guys. I'm excited that you're here. You're ready to learn. You're a multifaceted creative. You are an entrepreneur on the go. You are a young professional ready to pivot into your career. I already know. I already know. That's why you're here. And I am just so excited and happy that you guys are tuning into the videos. I'm loving that you guys are loving the content. I love this space that we are creating over here. And if you love it too, go ahead and subscribe because we're learning, we're growing, we're healing. And we are in our developmental phase. We are in our planning phase. We are literally becoming everything that God has called us to be. And yeah, I love it over here. Do you? So as you can probably tell from the title of this video, we are talking about the ups and downs of being a visionary. We are talking about all things entrepreneurship, all things just being innovative, being a person who sees things before it happens. And I'm not talking about being a psychic. I'm talking about being so creative, being so innovative that your reality is foreign to other people. How you think, what you think about, you're so forward focused, you are so innovative, you are so tech savvy that you see trends, you see things happen before other people have a chance to catch up. Yeah, I'm talking to you. So today we're going to discuss a few things. I know that a lot of you are out there. It's hard. Okay, some days you are, just fighting for your vision. Some days you are dealing with discouragement. Some days you are dealing with loneliness because this road, being a visionary, being somebody who's always ahead of the game, waiting for others to catch up, it can be very lonely. Not many people are on this path. And so I hope that this channel is just a great resource for you. I do want to continue to talk about topics on these particular things. So yeah. I know that it's hard. I know it gets hard sometimes. I know you're probably thinking to yourself, man, when is this vision ever going to come into fruition? What is what God showed me ever going to come to life? When are people going to adopt and accept me for who I am? When are people going to catch on to this idea, right? Trust me, I understand. And we're going to talk about that on today. Do you know that you're called to lead? Do you know that being on those platforms and spreading the gospel and showing people how to transform their lives is a form of leadership? You do know that, right? You know that you have a message. You know that you have something to say. You know that you have some type of value that you bring to the earth, right? You know it and I know it. So stop playing with yourself. I want to invite you to take my 5-day Call to Lead course. This course will help you to understand who you are as a leader. It will help you to iron out the details of your leadership journey. And it will help you to address limiting beliefs, fear, insecurities, unhealed trauma, all within this course. Everything you need to know about getting started in your leadership journey is within the 5-day Call to Lead course. Not only will you get my 5 video lessons, but you will also get 5 days of biblical devotionals. These devotionals will help you understand leadership from a biblical perspective. I know. Andrea, will I really understand how to become a leader in 5 days? Yes. But you have to take the step in getting the course. If you are ready to lead and you know that you are called to lead, go ahead and click this QR code to sign up for the course today. So before we get into this topic, let's identify what a visionary is. So the Google definition of visionary is a person who is always thinking or planning the future with imagination and wisdom. So this goes back to your gift. It goes back to being gifted, being talented. You have all of this experience. You have all of this wisdom. You've tried things and failed. You've experienced things and now you have a story to tell. So with that, you create these ideas, you create these initiatives, and you want to put it out there in the world. But sometimes, a lot of times, people aren't accepting of what it is that you have because they have not experienced what you have. They have not adopted this growth mindset. They are still stuck in their limiting beliefs. They're still stuck in their limiting mindset, and they don't necessarily know how to accept you or accept what it is that you are trying to do, what you're trying to create. A lot of times as a visionary, you're going to experience rejection. You may launch something. You may have this idea to put this video out or whatever the case may be. You're just always in this creating and this planning phase. And the timing of when you put it out doesn't always match your expectations. So that breeds discouragement, that breeds disappointment, right? And oftentimes as a visionary, if you do not build the discipline to discern the timing of when to put something out, or when you don't adopt the proper expectations for when you do put something out, you're going to allow the discouragement and the disappointment to keep you down. You're going to allow it to veer you off of your path. A lot of times in my experience, I would be just so eager to put something out that I didn't discern the time. Are people ready for this? Are people going to accept it? Like, do people want this? Is it time for me to talk about this topic? Is it time for me to build this business? Is it time for me to articulate this thought? Why? Because a lot of times people just aren't ready. They're just not ready to think beyond the norm. They're not ready to adopt innovation. They're not ready for it. So even for me, in my experience, just being an entrepreneur, being a leader, I've had to really wrestle with the timing of things. Time has always been my biggest struggle. Time has always been my biggest enemy against me and my ideas. Because I be ready to, God, you gave me this idea. Okay, let's go. All right, I'm tired of this 9 to 5. All right, no, let's get it done. Because I'm seeing the result. I'm seeing the end result already, but I'm not calculating the risk. I'm not calculating, what's going to happen if I take this step forward. I'm not calculating any of that. So a lot of times being a visionary, you're going to have to take calculated risk, but also you're going to have to learn how to balance that faith aspect as well. Yes, you're stepping out on faith. Yes, you're doing this. Yes, you're doing what God has called you to do as a visionary, as a leader, but you're going to also have to be discerning of the time. You're going to have to be able to accept whatever comes with your decisions whenever you are pursuing after your vision. So as a visionary, you see patterns, you see trends, you see solutions. You're a problem solver. This is why a lot of you need to get into consulting. And I'm going to talk about that in a separate video, so make sure you are subscribed. But this is a great time for people to pivot into consulting because you are a problem solver. You can see things before it happens, especially in the corporate space. As an entrepreneur, you have this innovation. You have these ideas that can help corporate change a certain system or come against a certain mindset that is happening in the business. But a lot of times people are not ready to adopt what it is that you're trying to do. So environments matter as a visionary. Being around the right people matter as a visionary. Knowing your target audience as a visionary is very important. Knowing who to share this information with is important. Knowing which idea needs to be trademarked is important. A lot of times you see opportunity for growth. You see opportunity for advancement. And I talked about this briefly in another video. I think it's called Millennials Belong in Leadership Positions. But for a lot of us millennials, this is the perfect time to get into a new career path that is going to help us to walk into our calling as a leader. At this point, I believe millennials, we have been working corporate jobs for like 10 plus years. Yeah, like not us having 10 plus years of work experience. The corporate space is different from how it was back then 10 years ago. A lot of corporate spaces are moving into social media and AI and technology and all of the things, but we were the first to adopt it. We were teaching ourselves how to use software years ago. Before we even knew what software was. We were teaching ourselves how to do things on social media before people caught on to it. So this is the perfect time for millennials to really move and get into career paths that is going to highlight your leadership qualities, but also allow you to be innovative, allow you to flow in your creativity and in your gift of wisdom. You see things before it happens. You can see, oh no, this is an outdated system. And in year 5 years from now, this ain't gonna work. So what we need to do is we need to do this. You're one of those people, and as a visionary, you have to accept the fact that you're just wired like that. You're wired to dream bigger. You're wired to see things beyond what it is right now. I can see people's potential before they see it. Your ideas, if I'm having a conversation with you and we're talking about like business, or you're sharing your idea with me or whatever, even in your spiritual gifts, I can discern, oh, in about a couple of months, you're going to be here. In about 5 to 10 years, your business is going to look like this. And as a visionary, I'm always just trying to get people to adopt what it is that I see, but also help them to see things clearly as well. I'm trying to get people to solve the problems too. I'm trying to get people to see, oh no, this is just what this looks like right now. But if you do X, Y, and Z, it'll look like this. This is going to be more sustainable if you pivot and go in this direction. I've always been like that. Always. Can't stop. So I am like perfectly wired to be an entrepreneur, to be a visionary. And for a lot of you, you haven't accepted that because a lot of people have not accepted you. It's hard for you to accept that wiring because you have suppressed it for so long. Oh, I'm too much. My ideas are too much. People not going to get it. People are not going to accept it, this and this and that. And you suppress it. You throw that idea to the side and you don't pick it up until it's too late. But as a visionary, even in business, you have to be able to move forward with your ideas, even when nobody is accepting of them. You're going to have to be able to create the course and wait for people to catch up to it. Come on, call to lead. Link in my bio. You're going to have to be able to create the program. You're going to have to be able to create the business plan before other people can catch on to what it is that you see. As a visionary, you have a certain pair of eyes. You have a certain sight. And other people are not going to be able to see that because they don't have your vision. They don't have the same sight as you. So you're going to have to accept that rejection comes with that. Discouragement comes with that. Not being understood comes with that. But you're going to have to be okay with that as a visionary and continue to press forward and move on with those ideas that you have. Sometimes you're going to have to create something and not have the expectation that people are going to immediately catch on to it. You're going to constantly have to be in a building phase. I'm putting this out. I'm putting this video out. I'm doing this and I'm doing that because I see the end result. I'm not looking for instant gratification. I'm not looking for a whole bunch of people to adopt the vision right now. Because I am an innovator, because I am a creative, it's going to take people a while to catch up to this. It's going to take people a while to accept who I am, but that doesn't mean shrink in the process. That does not mean stop what you're doing in the process. That does not mean stop pursuing your business in the process. That means keep going until they catch up. So something else that you're probably going to have to wrestle with is having to constantly explain yourself. Having to constantly explain what it is that you do or what it is that you are pursuing. Some of y'all have just shut up about it altogether. Some of y'all just like, I don't have the time to keep explaining myself. But as a visionary, again, you're leading other people to adopt what it is that you see. So having to explain yourself constantly, like that's a thing. You're going to have to accept that because there are going to be new people that come along. Say you explained this in a video 5 months ago, but the new people, the people that are now catching up, the people that are now catching on to you are asking you some questions that you already explained 5 months ago. You're going to have to always be in the mindset of being a teacher. Visionaries have to become teachers. You're teaching people how to adopt your idea. You're teaching people how to adopt your innovative problem solving solutions. You're going to have to be able to teach people how to adopt your vision. And so you have to be constantly in this mind frame of, I am a teacher. I have to teach people this. This is not something that people are just going to get off the bat. This is something that they're going to have to learn. Yeah, you get it. You understand. The people that been following you, yeah, they're catching on to it. But other people, new people that are, coming to your page and coming to your social media site, you're going to have to constantly be in teacher mode. You can't shut that off. As an entrepreneur, as a visionary, you cannot shut that off. That's one of your gifts. So you have to get good at you have to get good at communicating what it is that you see. Because a lot of times we know what it is. We know what it's hitting for. But we forget that other people don't. And so you can become arrogant. You can become prideful. You can become frustrated. And people always asking you, well, how do I do this? And how do I get involved in your vision? How do I do this? Like, you're going to have some patience being a visionary. Not only for your ideas to manifest, but with the people that you lead. Baby, you're going to have to be patient. Because this is something new. This is something that no one has ever seen before. What you're doing, no one has ever seen this before. It's like people are already looking at you with some type of skepticism. Is this going to work? I hope it do. But at the end of the day, is this really going to work? Is she crazy? Is he insane? Are they delusional? Are they doing too much? Like, people are going to constantly question what it is that you see, but you're going to have to be so rooted and so grounded in what it is that you see that none of that is going to veer you off your path. None of that is going to frustrate you. Because the mindset of a visionary, I always have to be in teaching mode. I always have to be in the mode of planting seeds in other people. I am a seed planter. I always have to plant seeds. It's cool. One day, when people adopt this vision, when people catch on to this idea, one day I'm going to be able to develop them on a new level. One day I'm going to be able to bring them further and further along into the vision. But right now, I'm planting seeds right now. Right now, I can't get frustrated at people who don't think like me. I can't get frustrated. I have to have patience. I have to demonstrate leadership qualities that exemplify the fruit of the Spirit. I got to be patient. I got to be loving. I got to be gentle. I got to have some self-control. Every day, every time I get on a video, every time I get on social media, I'm going to have to be exemplifying all of these characteristics every day. Another struggle or another challenge that you're going to have to come up against is you can have a vision for something, but the resources may not be available yet. When I first had the idea to do my music project, I wanted to do my music project in like 2015, 2016, 2017. It did not manifest until 2024. I didn't get the finances or the resources until 2024. And that's just music. Now I'm in a place and a space where I'm looking for funding opportunities for my business. But because it's so innovative, because it's so like, I don't know if this is fundable. People don't, like your investors, people don't know if it's fundable yet. So you got to be patient with that. You can't be quick to, get your resources and finances and things like that just because you want to do it right now. This may be a season where you're just going to have to write the vision and wait for it to manifest. You're going to have to put in an application for the funding and wait months, maybe even a year for somebody to catch on and invest in what it is that you want to do. Your ideas are going to take time. Sometimes it's not going to be opportunities for you to do what's on the inside of you. Hello. But you're going to have to continue to keep going. You're going to have to continue to press on. You have to adopt that mindset. These people may not be ready for this right now. They may not be ready for me. Even when you're dating. So although there may be some challenges, although we may, go through these ups and downs as visionaries, there are ways for you to deal with it. Of course, shifting your mindset in the ways that I explained, but also you need to learn how to protect your vision. Sometimes when you're meeting somebody, you want to share with them, like what it is that you do or what it is that you want to do. But sometimes people aren't ready for that and they'll quickly discourage you. A lot of people do not deserve the access to what God has given you. That has to be protected. You're going to have to write it down. Get you a Google document. Every idea you get, write that idea out. Write it down in your journal, but also transfer that idea and put it into a Google document. You're going to have to write it out, but also you're going to have to develop it. Because that seed can start this small, but it's going to turn into this. So you're going to have to develop it over time. Write it down. Another way to deal with this, the ups and downs of being a visionary, is to celebrate your small wins. Yeah, you apply for funding today. It may not get funded within the next 6 months, but you apply for it. Yeah, you put that video out. Good. Yeah, you documented your process. You did this. You're working as an entrepreneur. You're working as a visionary. You're doing things daily. Celebrate that. You did the event, but only one person showed up. Celebrate that. You put the course out, but only 2 people bought it. Celebrate that. Another thing you're going to have to do is learn how to embrace seasons of obscurity. I'm going to link a video that helped me years ago. TD Jakes did an interview with Pastor Stephen Furtick, and it was strictly on obscurity. I'm going to share it with y'all if you haven't already seen it. I'm going to put it in the description box below. But being in a season of obscurity, it's not that God is rejecting you or purposely holding you back. He's just hiding you. Like, he's just protecting you. Because a lot of people can't see who you actually are. A lot of people aren't accepting of who you are. A lot of people don't know how to deal with you. A lot of people don't know how to handle you. So he has to hide you and put you in a season of obscurity. He has to develop your heart posture for that. He has to get you ready to be rejected. He has to get you ready to be misunderstood. He has to continue to develop your vision and develop your mindset for the purpose of being a visionary, being an entrepreneur, for your calling. He has to put you away and hide you, lock you up in a room, hide you for a season. But it's for your development. It's not for a detour. It's not for your delay. It's for your development. However way you see it, however way you feel about it, it's for your protection. If God let you out right now, if God let you put that idea out right now, if God let you pursue that thing right now, if God let you pursue that relationship right now, that person can sow seeds of doubt. People can rip your ideas apart. If you're not strong enough, if you're not rooted in your identity as a visionary, people can easily tear you down. So embrace that season of obscurity. I know it's lonely. I know you want to be around other visionaries. I know you want to be, with the movers and the shakers. But sometimes you're going to have to sit back and watch. But as you're sitting back and watching, learn. The last thing that you're going to have to do is learn how to rest in faith. Just because it hasn't happened yet doesn't mean that it won't. You're going to have to find a way to keep yourself busy as you are waiting on the funding to come, as you are waiting on people to buy into the vision, as you are waiting for the clients to come. You're going to have to be patient, of course, but you're going to have to be able to keep yourself busy, create the content, keep showing up on social media, keep putting in those applications for those grants, keep developing the business plan with a posture of faith. knowing that this gonna work. It ain't working right now, but I know it's gonna work one day. So let me just keep on doing it. Let me keep on developing my mindset. Let me keep on developing myself as a visionary. Let me continue to learn how to do X, Y, and Z. So when the time comes, when the funding does come, I'll be ready for it. Yeah. Just because it's not happening right now doesn't mean that it won't. You're going to have faith in the process each and every step of the way. Look, y'all, we talked about a lot today, but I hope this video was encouraging to you all. I pray that you got something out of this. I pray that you start applying the wisdom that I am giving you guys in these videos. And I really just pray for your development. I pray that y'all develop and become the visionaries that God has called you to be, the entrepreneur God has called you to be, all of the things. The Call to Lead course is still available. Click the link in my description box. All of the links and everything that you need to know, my website, all of that is in the description below. And yeah, I'm so excited to be bringing you guys this content. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe, like this video, comment below, and I will see you and talk to you guys in our next video. Bye.